Well, thanks for checking out day 9 of the 10-day challenge. It's been a mad adventure so far, and it continues by jumping on the Virgin Blue website and booking a flight to Sydney, all random. I'll get to why later, but starting off there at the bus stop first thing in the morning after being out filming Jessica Mauboy and just crazy stuff, jumping on the bus. On the way to the airport, when I got there, I got a chance to look through the paper and a section in there talking about the top 150 Queenslanders. Some great stories in the paper. This couple waiting to get married before their first kiss. Andrew Symonds in the paper for all the wrong reasons, a local boy. And David Carradine there investigating the death there. That's a tragedy. Samantha Sosa, a Gold Coast girl making the semi-finals of the French. What an awesome effort. And as I look through the lift out with the 150 people, look at that mug there, belonging to Flats, who we just filmed with the other night. Good stuff for Elton there. And on this one there, the sporting greats, Emma Snowsill, who we filmed with yesterday, so that's pretty crazy. Another lady in there that I know well, Regina King, always helping out with the show. The Socceroos getting ready to make it to the World Cup, hopefully. And Michael Katsides there challenging Manny Pacquiao. I was almost going to go there, that's why I was at Flight Centre the other day to actually go and film that. But it couldn't work out. But for me, jumping on a plane, the Virgin flight down to Sydney, and at 35,000 feet, I thought I'd pull out the camera and film with Stephanie, one of the girls that works for Virgin.
Tell me the story and how you became to work for Virgin.
Well, I've always wanted to work for an airline, and when I was studying at uni, I was like, what's the best airline to work for? And I thought it was Virgin Blue, so...
I would say they would be. So what's the best thing about working for this company?
Basically everything. The variety of people you get to meet every day and travelling and, yeah.
Okay.
All very good.
Where's your favourite spot to go in Australia when you travel around?
I like Darwin, yeah, because it's really nice and hot and there's a lot of things to do, a lot of tours.
All right.
And, yeah, it's really nice in Darwin.
Yeah, I was just about to wrap up the interview with the last question, but realised doing it in front of the toilet, not the best spot. So we moved to the back of the plane to pick things up.
Now, the thing I love asking people is like if they could live the ultimate dream, what it would be. So if the big genie granted you your ultimate wish, what would it be for you reckon?
I would say that I'm actually living it. I mean, I've got my dream job and I get to travel around and meet new people, and I've got beautiful friends and family, and yeah, basically travelling around the world eventually, maybe go international, because yeah, so that would be my dream.
Yeah, so it was great fun meeting Stephanie, and I thought I'd film with the guy that just left the toilet moments before.
All right, so 35,000 feet with Aaron. How are you, buddy?
I'm fantastic, thanks mate, and yourself?
Very well. What's your favourite thing about working for Virgin, you reckon?
It's just fun. Great bunch of people to work with, but you're working with a fresh new batch of people every day, so it's, I really enjoy it.
And what's your story in getting involved in it? Like, what was you doing beforehand?
I was flying for another company beforehand.
We started out as look out.
But I was working prior to this with another company, and I couldn't go any further within the company, so I jumped ship, and I'm glad I did. And now, yeah, you can progress in this company. It's really good.
Yeah, awesome stuff. And so, what places do you visit on your routes?
Darwin, Perth, Adelaide, Brisbane, everywhere.
So it'd be a great job just to see the country, wouldn't it? I mean, you must travel around all the time.
Well, you should know. I mean, you do this interview stuff quite a lot, so you get around too, don't you?
But I'm asking you. Yes, I do agree.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, I get around.
Yeah. The thing I ask is, people living the ultimate dream. So, what is it for you? Is it continuing this, or you got major plans?
It's my ultimate dream so far. I'm just sort of kind of growing and evolving with this job, and then wherever it takes me from here, I have no idea.
Well, great to meet you. Thanks for the chat.
Likewise, thank you.
Yeah, so there's 2 quick examples of why the Virgin brand is so popular. The staff always helpful and smiling, and time for me to leave the plane, get ready to jump on the train. I was heading to King's Cross, which is always a funky area, and I just thought I'd let the camera roll.
Good, how are you?
I'm alright.
That's good.
Welcome to Australia.
Thank you.
Yeah, so there you go. You never know what's going to happen when you got the camera rolling, especially in a place like King's Cross. But I made my way to a familiar spot, the Fountain Cafe, at the end of the strip there. I used to come here a lot. I had an ex-girlfriend that lived in the area, and there's my laptop there doing some work. And when I sat down and had a coffee, I couldn't believe it. I looked over and saw a good friend of mine who I haven't seen in years. She didn't see me, so I sent her a text message and said, I'm watching you with the camera on. And when she saw that, turned around, and there you go. Caught up with Lauren. Great to see her, haven't seen her for ages. So I walked down after a coffee and checked into my hotel in Potts Point. Nothing too flash when you're fitting the bill yourself, and that's why I'd love to stay in good places, but I can't afford it. But it's got everything you need, a single bed, the sink there, and of course a view of the street. Rock on. But this is the reason why I came down, because Max Markson, who I'm friends with on Facebook, he told me about this French guy that was in town. He's been all over the news, all over the world really, but recently in Sydney climbing buildings. And I asked Max if I could interview him, and he said yes, so that's the reason why I just jumped on a plane. One of the most unique stories in the world, that's for sure. This guy, absolutely amazing, and I've got a full interview with him on the web show as well. But for day 9 of the adventure, I thought it couldn't get any better to have a quick chat with the one and only French Spiderman, Alain Robert.
I love stories, and I've been hearing about yours from everybody. Everyone's been talking about what you do. How did you get into climbing in the first place? What sort of went through your mind to do that?
Climbing buildings first, it was a request from a company. They did ask me what I could do such an ascent, and then I did it successfully in Chicago. And then I've understood that maybe it could be a nice way for me, to travel, to meet people around the world, and climbing as well.
Definitely. So, what age were you when you started it all? How long ago?
Well, climbing building was about 16 years ago, and about climbing was 1975.
Okay.
So it's a long time, big part of my life.
So where's some of the favourite places you've been around the world climbing?
Well, there's so much, but well, I enjoy, climbing in Hong Kong, climbing in South America because there's no nice spot, or climbing in Kuala Lumpur, or climbing in France because I know it's so cool. I know that I won't get any trouble, so that's the good thing.
Has it always been your passion to do stuff like this? You've always been passionate about it?
Yeah, well, as a young boy, I wanted to do something courageous with my life. And one day I saw a movie, and then I've been inspired by those people. They were climbing.
Which movie?
It's La Neige en Deuil, meaning I think it's a graveyard, snow, something like that. Right. It was inspired by a novel written by Henri Troyat. And then this is the story about a crash. An airplane crash near the top of Mont Blanc, and 2 brothers died. They are very good climbers, and then they decide to climb the mountain and to seek some potential survivors. Okay. And then I saw it, and then I realized that this is exactly what I wanted to do, climbing. But of course, it took a bit of time for me before I could really try and start to climb.
Yeah, so there's a quick demo there of just an incredible story, Alain Robert, and make sure you check out his website and the whole interview on the web show. But for me now, part of the Day 9 challenge was a chance to film with Max Markson, the guy who organised that interview for me. I've got a full interview with Max as well on the web show, but for the 9-day challenge it was great to film this little snippet with him at his house.
How did you get involved in what you do, being the super agent that you are? How did it come to be?
I was born at an early age, and my father was a high diver, and had an aqua show with synchronised swimmers and divers, so I grew up around swimming pools, and then I started...
Where was this? Where?
Bournemouth in England.
Okay.
I was born in 1956, and I grew up there, and then when my dad died when I was 15, and then I was at boarding school, but I came home to live with my mum in Bournemouth, and I started being a spotlight operator at a nightclub. Then I started promoting pop groups and BBC radio and disc jockeys in the nightclub.
Wow.
Then I came here when I was 21 years old to Australia for a holiday, and I stayed, and I'm still here 32 years later.
Yeah, so the whole interview with Max on the web show is a good one to check out, but you wouldn't believe what happened to me on the train ride back to the hotel after being at Max's place.
Right, well, it doesn't get any more random than this. Actually, it's one of those crazy moments because I haven't seen this guy here, Jeff, since 2001.
2001, I think it's been about 8 years, yeah.
We lived in apartments that, well, I was there for a little while, you were there for quite a while, right? But they were right next door to each other?
Yeah, right next door. I think you were staying with, I can't remember the girls' names who were living there at the time.
Anthony and Samara?
Anthony, yeah, that's right.
And the little girl that looked like Cameron Diaz, who's that little Kiwi girl?
Oh, mate, my memory is shot. There was some, I think due to some of the activities we're up to back then.
There was lots of Cheech and Chong videos being played daily in your apartment, I believe. Yeah. You and I quite a lot.
Yes, lots of that, lots of tunes, and it was good times actually.
It was good times. I can't believe it's been like 8-9 years.
I know, you still look the same actually. I think so do I. So we haven't aged very much. I think we're still living the life that we choose to live, and it's keeping us young. So.